good night, everyone. Just tonight, God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Army J.S. Praise Divine. I'm here to give you a word on tonight. And the topic going to be Jacob take Esau blessing, but he was instructed by his mother. So we left off at yesterday, you know, that Isaac and this king from Philistine made a treaty agreement that Isaac would not harm him due to his God that's with him. You know, um, Isaac is rich and powerful. Also Isaac dig a well and found water. He also stumbled on the well that his father Abraham had made legal. Today's lesson is Jacob would take Esau birthright and blessing, and they also would be separated. So why did Jacob take Esau birthright? You know, it was a part of um, God plan, that Esau will be excluded from the line that will lead to Christ. So instead, God chose Jacob, who was a flawless, he made mistakes, but yet he was faithful, to carry on his promise to Isaac and Abraham. Despite their shortcoming, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob proved upright in the end, honoring God in their action. Everything they did, they will honor God. Just like Abraham planted that tree, he honored that to God. Said everlasting God. So this passage will be coming from Genesis chapter 27, um, verse 1 through 46. Now Isaac is old now. You know, that's the promised child that Abraham had. But he is old now, and his eyes is so weak. That he could no longer see. So he called Esau. The oldest son. They're twins, but Esau was the one that came out first, and he also is Isaac's favorite. Esau answered, "Here I am." So Isaac said, "I'm old and I don't know when his death is coming, but he know it's near. So he wants to give everything in order. So he ready to bless Esau, give Esau everything. Gonna have Jacob working under him, but all the while he think he gonna be blessing Esau. So Isaac said, I am old and I don't know when my death is, but I know it's near. So Isaac telling him to get your equipment and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food that I like and bring it to me so I can eat it, and then bless you. So he want to eat first before he bless Esau. So now Isaac is old. He cannot see, but he ready to bless Esau. He told him to go out, get that wild game, that special food that he like. Isaac, he said he wants to eat, and then bless Esau. You know, so why he's saying all this? He's saying all this here. Telling Esau, I need you to go out there, go get all the equipment, everything you need to fix me that food that I like. Fix it just like I like it. And after I eat it, I'm gonna bless you. And while he's saying all that, Rebecca is standing in the hallway. She listening. So now she coming up with a plan. She hurry up and call her favorite son Jacob. You know, calling Jacob, look, I need you to do everything I say. She about to instruct him what he gonna do. So after Isaac instructed Esau, he left to go out to get the wild game to bring back. So Rebecca said to her favorite son Jacob, look over here. Look over here. Your father told Esau to go out and get some stuff to cook with, his favorite. You will receive the blessing instead of Esau. So she telling her favorite son, you gonna go out and get all that stuff for me. I'm gonna cook and prepare it. You're gonna give it to your father to eat, and you're gonna receive that blessing instead of Esau. You know. So so now Jacob is Rebecca's favorite son, and she said, listen carefully. She said, do whatever I say, and then take it, to your father, so he can eat it and then bless you before he died. So now Rebecca came up with this plot. against not only her son, but she will be deceiving her own husband. She will be deceiving her own husband. Rebecca said, bring everything to her so she can prepare. She knows just how he like it. So Jacob said, to his mother, but Esau is hairy. How we gonna pull this off? He is hairy. So she got some goat skin and put it on his arms all the way up to his neck. Cause all that was smooth. Esau is very hairy. You know, and so he also said that if my father find out, he might put a curse on me. So she said, don't worry about that. You're going to put the curse and everything on her. But at least she's willing to take the blame. She willing to take the fall for it, in case they get caught. So the mother answered and said, the curse will fall on her. Just do what I say. She's not worrying about nothing else. You know, she said, just do what I say. Don't worry about the curse. Don't worry about nothing else. Everything gonna fall on me if it start coming tumbling down. You just do what I say do. So Jacob came back, and the mother said, and then the mother said, I'm gonna get Esau clothes. So she got the hair skin, the goat skin on his arms to his neck. Then she gonna put Esau clothes on him. I mean, so she just mapping out everything for her plan. She mapping out everything. So because he got smooth skin. So the mother answered and said, let the curse fall on her. So Jacob came back, and the mother putting the clothes on him. So Rebecca have everything planned out, worked out. So now she covering his hands, the covering up the smooth spots to his neck, with the goat skin, and then she handed Jacob to taste the food. She know how to make it just how he like it. Give him bread, give him wine. She really want her favorite son to get this blessing. So he brought it to his father. He said, sit up, father, and eat this. And so Isaac said, who are you? He said, I'm your first son, Esau. So he said, come here, let me touch you. So he touched her and felt that little hairy stuff. So then he said, let me go get a kiss. So when he did all this stuff, when he went to feel his stuff, feel his arm, he felt the hair. When he went to get the kiss, then he smelled that it's Esau. Remember he got Esau clothes on. But he said one thing, your voice sound like Jacob. Your arms feel like Esau. Your smell like Esau, but your voice sound like Jacob. But he can't see. He got to go by what he feeling. So then he ate the food. And then he blessed Jacob, which she thought he was blessing Esau. Give Jacob everything. Everything he was gonna get Esau, he gave to Jacob. So now Isaac said to Jacob, come close so I can touch you and kiss you. And that's when he found out he smelled the smell. Felt his arms. All that was hairy. The mama had everything mapped out. That he did not recognize him, for his hands was hairy like those, and his brother Esau, smelled like his brother Esau. So he proceeded to bless him. Now Isaac said, are you ready? Bring me some of the food. Let me eat it so I can bless you. So Jacob brought it to him. He ate it. He drank the wine, and he said, come here and give me a kiss. That's when he smelt it. So then Isaac read all the blessing, to Jacob when he thought he was reading it to Esau, to Jacob. Now Isaac had finished blessing. Jacob. And remember, Esau still out in the field trying to get all the stuff to make this special meal for his father. And the time he come in, all the blessing had been given to Jacob. So now remember, Esau is still outside trying to get all the stuff. So now Esau came in from hunting. Esau, prepare to taste the food. And now he said, sit up and eat. Now he already full. Now Jacob already fed him. So now Isaac had blessed Jacob, thinking it was Esau, saying, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm your firstborn son." You know, and so Jacob, so now he had to bless Jacob, and Esau are in the room, and Isaac started trembling because Isaac started trembling because he just blessed someone. If you coming in talking about you my oldest son, who was the other oldest son that just left out of here? So he just blessed the wrong son because he can't see. His eyes are so dim. He getting so old, but he know he wants to bless his son. you know. So he started trembling, and who was you? Who are you? He said, I'm your oldest son. He said, I just ate, and I just blessed your brother. If you Esau, I just bless your brother. I just bless your brother Jacob. So Isaac blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed. Isaac said, indeed he will be blessed. I done give him everything. So Esau said, bless me, bless me. He said, indeed he will be blessed. And when Esau heard his father's words, that he burst out with a loud voice. You know. So Esau said, bless me too, Father. You got any more blessing? Bless me. Bless me. Isaac said, your brother came and deceived me, and took your blessing. Esau said, it isn't really, his name Jacob. This is the second time. He said, this is the second time my brother deceived me, took something from me. He manipulate everything. And that's when that was, when it was born, that was Jacob was supposed to do anyway. They said the oldest son was gonna be weak. They said the oldest, the youngest one gonna be manipulated, and just how Jacob was. He manipulated Esau and took his birthright. And then now he deceived his own father and took Esau's blessing. So that's what he's saying. This is the second time he deceived me. This is the second time he done messed over me. This is the second time he done took advantage of me. So I just saying he have made him over you, and I just said I made him over you. I give him everything. He sustained him with grains and new wine and all kind of blessing. And now I just said, what can I possibly do for you? Now Esau was the one supposed to get blessed. But he didn't get everything to Jacob. So now Isaac like, what else I can do for you? So now I just said, what can I possibly do for you, son? Esau said, do you have, did you only have one blessing? Bless me. And so Isaac said, that was it. He said that was it. Now Esau held a grudge against his brother Jacob because this is the second time he done took something from him. He said your death is near. He said, but I'm gonna kill Jacob. And so now, his mother is listening. This is the second time she listening. So now she hurry up and call her favorite son. Look, listen to me. Your brother wants to kill you. So I need you to go by my brother's house. You marry one of his daughters, and you stay there until your brother forgive what you did to him, until he calmed down, and then I call for you to come back. So he flee once to his brother house land. So and when his brother until his brother calmed down, and when your brother is no longer angry, then I sent for you to come back. So she said, why should I lose both of my sons in the same day? She done caused that confusion. She done caused them to be separated. She just caused for one brother to kill the other brother, because of her plot. So remember, when they was born, they would be separated. And so now they is separated. The older brother will be weak, and that wishes Esau. The youngest will be manipulated, with is Jacob. He manipulated him twice. manipulate him first for the birthright and deceive his father for the blessing. So Rebecca said to Isaac, she is discussing if her boss take a Hizonite woman. And remember, God had told Abraham, don't let Isaac, marry no one in the Canaanite land. To take him somewhere else. That's why Abraham had took him to his hometown. For him to marry someone up in there. So remember, God told Abraham, do not let Isaac take a wife in a Canaanite woman. So now Isaac telling his son, don't do the same thing, because they was instructed by God, not to take a Canaanite wife. So betrayal, you know, that big blessing. There was a that big blessing. Isaac, he was near dying. He couldn't see, his eyes was weak. So this is a that big blessing. Had legal force in the Near East. Rebecca, she wanted her favorite son Jacob to receive this blessing, but rather than her other son Esau. Both of the sons is for her. But she have a favorite son. So roughly Hunter, who is indifferent, to his inheritance, and had married a foreign women that she doesn't approve of. So he married the foreign women that in the Canaanites when he was told not to. And Jacob obeyed and went to her brother's house and to marry one of his daughters. He obeyed both of his parents. So her mind probably returned to God's promise even before it turned was even when the twins were born, that Esau would serve his brother, and Rebecca took matters into her own hands. She took matters into her own hands, and that's why they got that was part of God plan. But she took matters in her own hands. Now through her action, Rebecca created dangers. She created dangers between the two because Esau wants to kill Jacob. Between the two brothers, betrayal, her husband and one of her sons end up sending her favorite son into exile to save his life. So she came up with a plot. But then at the end she had to save her favorite son's life and tell him to go by her brother's house. So we see that Esau, got so angry, so he just disobeyed both of his parents and married someone in that land when they told him not to. But we gonna see on the next package that Jacob obeyed, the parents and God, and went to his mother brother house to marry one of his daughters. So that's when on the second package you're gonna be a continue of this here when Esau disobeyed, but Jacob obeyed. Jacob obeyed when he left and went to his mother brother house and married one of the daughters that he was instructed to. And Esau disobeyed. So he would exit out through the lines. That's why we ain't hear no more about Esau until 20 years later. He gonna meet Jacob. They're gonna try to renew their friendship, family line back together. And after that, we ain't gonna hear nothing else about Esau because he had disobeyed his parents, he disobeyed God. You know. So that's all the word I have for you on tonight. That's Jacob take Esau blessing, but he was instructed by his mother. So y'all have a blessed day, and I see y'all in the next